The reception of Sikandar, especially considering that it is a Salman Khan Eid release, has been rather lukewarm. As I told all of you with my analysis of the trailer that I will be stepping into the theatre with little to no expectations, hopefully to be surprised. And I can confirm with all of you that I jumped the gun regarding this film and its quality. I did not give its marketing material the benefit of the doubt. I did not let the film breathe for my own monetary gain, and I made multiple videos discouraging people about its quality. I dismissed the film for its mid teaser and songs, assuming it to be the overall quality of the final product. I can confirm that it's far worse. Sikandar, directed by A.R. Murugadoss, comes at a time where a Salman Khan solo lead in theatres desperately needs to be a blockbuster. The reign of Salman Khan as a bona fide commercial lead from 2009 to 2018 was absolutely unprecedented, and ever since the last 6 years or so, the man, due to his association with poor filmmakers and a sense of lethargy creeping in with his performances, has gone through a rough patch. Even though this supposed rough patch is a far better situation than what most actors experience, his below average films still locking in huge numbers, the lowered expectations and disconnect with the die-hard loyal fan base is unquestionable. Collaborating with Sajid Nadiadwala after Kick, the duo with Sikandar hopes to change the tide for Salman Khan. The film again is not a remake of the Vijay starrer Sarkar and is an original script. The movie focuses on Sanjay Rajkot, played by Salman Khan, an influential member of a royal family who is known for his benevolence and charitable work for his people. Sanjay holds those in positions of power accountable for their portfolios handed to them, making sure that they do not engage in corrupt practices. Due to unfortunate personal circumstances, Sanjay and his brothers, who always stay in his background, land up in Mumbai. He embarks on this chapter of his life in order to find a new purpose. The solution-oriented nature of Sanjay, owing to how rich he is, constitutes a major portion of the film, transforming the areas where the downtrodden live and even alleviating those burdened by regressive practices in their own household. Who comes in his way is Minister Pradhan, played by Satyaraj, all motivated by a personal vendetta. The commercial mass template that follows as Salman does good and noble deeds, romances the likes of Rashmika, deals with personal hurdles, only to persevere in his larger-than-life action avatar with his gym bros from Rajkot, forms the basic premise of Sikandar. Here's me telling you the good and bad aspects of the film so that you guys can ultimately decide whether to watch Sikandar in theatres or not. The good. Action, blocks and potential. The new toy that all film industries in India are overusing to the point of it losing absolute novelty is the Mokobot camera. A camera that can allow for swift movement in action set pieces and can lead to a sense of dynamism in choreography. This is also being utilized not for what it technically brings to the table for a film, but for how it compensates for the lack of ability and movement of the actors performing the action sequences. In Sikandar, frustratingly, the action scenes are mostly money shots of hordes of goons flying in the air, and Salman posing for the camera essentially for money shots. But the brief moments in which the makers allow for a scene to breathe, for a scene to extend just more than 5 seconds, is where the otherwise exhausting film has some respite. Salman Khan's first action scene while Rashmika rests in the car is one such sequence, where you can see the potential of what can be executed with Salman even at this age. Something that was so brilliantly done for the case of Kamal Haasan in a film like Vikram. The film otherwise, throughout its running time, seems to be in a rush to move on. Just like the holiday homework you end up doing on the last day of a vacation. Nothing is allowed to breathe. Neither the relationships nor the action sequences. When you actually objectively think about the plot on paper, Salman Khan, his status and relationship with Rashmika, and his new Laksh in the film as the story progresses, this film had the potential to be a convincing mass commercial film with a social message. But the direction is so dull and scattered, having the attention span of an Instagram reel. The execution of the entire storyline is so basic, so forgettable, that it makes you ask several questions. Is it a case of a movie getting lost for what it was originally intended? What is it owing to? A star who takes over the narrative, of the director losing touch of his craft, or just a combination of both? I guess we will never know. The only glimmer of some life in this film is when Salman interacts with kids. Otherwise, this tale is just unanimously poor. The underwhelming aspects. mid music and the most misplaced score. Usually everyone looks forward to the music of Pritam. I mean, there is a reason why he's on everyone's number one position on Spotify Wrapped. But the songs composed for Sikandar have a rather basic quality. They aren't entirely bad, neither are they entirely memorable. Both from a choreography, grand visual and beats point of view, Zora Jabi is a clear standout. One of the few glimpses from the film where it actually seems like Salman is having fun. I actually owe it to Farah Khan choreographing the song. The rest of it, however, does not have the ability to make you actively search for the music after the film. Both Bam Bam Bhole and Sikandar Nache are passable dance numbers at best, the latter being an unnecessary addition in the end credits, making me feel like after Swag Se Swagat, Salman is almost compelled to dance in the end, even if it doesn't make sense in the film. Kudos to Salman Khan to still with a rib injury execute even a basic choreography, but rather than seeing one of the most loved stars visibly struggle through a choreography, I would prefer the larger-than-life hero to not even engage in a sequence that anyway contributes nothing to the storyline. I know there are commitments regarding selling properties like music beforehand, but my heart really went out for Salman as I could clearly see him struggle through some portions of the choreography. My biggest gripe, however, regarding the music is the random, misplaced and odd score contributed by Santosh Narayanan. The score is never in sync with the visuals of the film. What should essentially elevate a star's aura almost dampens it in the case of this film. There are times where it almost comes across as random noise, and I was shocked to see such an output being contributed by such a celebrated music director. You remember watching Kalki and feeling like the visuals in so many of the cases deserved a better score? Here the sentiment is the same. It's just that the visuals are also mid and they are further compromised through a very, very odd score. Stale romantic dynamic. Let me be mature for all of you who defend the fictional romantic pairing between Rashmika Mandanna and Salman Khan in this film. These are two consenting adults who have no problem, right? So who am I? But I have to tell you that if you thought that the problem of this pairing was simply the age gap, you are mistaken. Because Rashmika even casually mentions that Sanjay in the film might be slightly older than him, but she is grateful to have a husband like him. So you're acknowledging the age gap. Great. The problem actually as a viewer is that the two actors absolutely have zero chemistry. They genuinely have a mentor-assistant or favorite uncle-niece dynamic in this film, never making you feel like they are head over heels for each other. What's even more awkward is that while Rashmika stares right in Salman's soul with her big expressive eyes, Salman almost never maintains eye contact with her, showcasing a very uncomfortable dynamic that purely seems platonic. The biggest issue of the film of why viewers will not feel emotionally drawn to the movie is because you don't end up caring about this relationship. The worst crime, as I previously said, is that the filmmaker does not let the story breathe and is in a rush to move on to Salman Khan essentially donning the hat of Rajnikant from Shivaji and making India a first world country overnight. Generic villains and unintentionally funny scenes. Another huge crime that this film commits is that it does not have a compelling villain. I feared Satyaraj having the pressure of being an antagonist in a Salman Khan commercial potboiler because there are iconic examples that have given full takkar to Bhai. But Satyaraj hams his way through the film. His dubbing in many of the scenes is offbeat. He is never even in the slightest bit intimidating. And the random screenplay of the film shifts focus from the villain to Sanjay changing the landscape of Mumbai so often that you end up wondering wo Satyaraj काफी देर से नहीं दिखे. It's almost as if they forget about the man coming in the way of Sanjay several times in this film. Prateek Babbar plays the role of Satyaraj's son, and the downfall of this actor who had so much potential early on in his career needs to be studied because he is 10 times more hammy than Satyaraj in this film. An introduction sequence that showcases him brawling with Salman on a Vistara flight is embarrassing. The film is inundated with unintentionally funny scenes. A manager comes to Salman to say, "It's December 8th today." He, with his quintessential hands in his pocket, says, "Kal 7 तारीख है और परसों 9 तारीख है." Prateek Babbar on his birthday states, "Dekho papa, happy birthday Arjun trending ho raha hai." And an embarrassing video starts circulating on the internet. In the most generic Bollywood fashion, when a video goes viral, all the phones go ting 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 ting. And then Satyaraj looks at the video and says, "Arjun, is video ko delete karo." And then Arjun replies, "Nahi kar sakte papa, ye viral ho gaya hai." Salman goes to a quarry to beat up goons only for Rashmika to follow him in her night dress, to contribute nothing but show concern. Salman with his boys lands up in Mumbai, one of the richest men in India, and he chooses to go by train, making absolutely no sense. He rides in a Kali Pili, and this is the best advertisement for Kali Pilis in Mumbai because that car in this film sustains everything. There is a scene in which Salman is getting emotional and he randomly starts singing Ajeeb Daastaan Hai Ye. It's so awkward and random, you wonder whether this was just Salman's creative call or written in the script. There is one scene that made me laugh out loud where a girl describes her boyfriend. Kapil is an alpha. Alpha means king. I can't believe these lines were actually written. Randomly paced screenplay. The problem with this film is that it purely falters from an execution standpoint because its screenplay genuinely has the mind of social media brain rot. It almost gets bored with its own story, so it moves on to another problem to solve. When irritated by that, it adds an action sequence. But that might be slightly boring, right? Let me provide you another problem to solve. In this Mumbai Yatra that Salman embarks upon, he keeps on solving issues, only for the director to remember, oh damn, there is a villain in this story too. Solutions are found easily, villains are eliminated like swatting mosquitoes, and you end up just feeling you saw Salman sleepwalk through a role where everything was just makhan for him. The harsh truth one should realize is that Salman looks tired in this film. There are moments where it almost comes across as if he is about to doze off, almost bored of the film that he is acting in. He has the perpetual pose of standing with his hands in his pockets and making us believe that if he really tried now, he could possibly stop the BMC from digging up half of Mumbai too. It's an overcrowded screenplay with too many characters and relationships you don't emotionally connect with, leaving you exhausted, then providing what this film should have been. A CT-marrowing Salman Khan entertainer. In one scene, Salman says, किसी को for granted नहीं लेना चाहिए. I am man enough to accept I am wrong. I am done, bro. My parting sentiments with Sikandar as well. And that was the video, guys. Write down in the comments below what you thought about Sikandar. Please don't forget to follow me on Instagram. The handle is right in front of you. Follow me at JammyPants4. Also, please support us by smashing the like button and subscribing to our channel for weekly content ahead. Thank you for watching.